UCSP fanatics, welcome to Quarter 2 first episode of UCSP by Senior High Tech TV. A diverse approach to understanding culture, society, and politics. I am Teacher A, and together we will expound our consciousness on the different concepts about state and non-state institutions. Have you been to any government office or offices? Join me in identifying different institutions that we have in our country. Don't you know that the different offices presented are examples of institutions? Are you familiar with some state or non-state institutions? If the answer is yes, very good, dear senior high school students. If you identified all the offices correctly, congratulations! It means that you have a prior knowledge about state and non-state institutions.
And for the learning competency, explain the forms and functions of state and non-state institutions. Quarter 2, Week 1.
Don't you know that the largest educational institution in the Philippines is the University of the Philippines? Let us take note on this particular word, which is institution. Are you familiar with this word? Institution is a mechanism that governs the behavior of a set of individuals within a given community. What is a state institution? The state is the institution whose functions are carried out by the government. It is supported in whole or in part by general fund monies.
Its role is to make a positive legislative environment and policy framework that enables various arms of the state to explore and achieve their potential, while maintaining a high standard of operation to protect public interests. Its primary functions are maintenance of peace and order and the regulation and control of lives of the people, as well as addressing the needs of citizenry of a certain degree of social order. Therefore, its major scopes are political and economic institutions.
What is political institution?
Political institution is universal in all the societies of the world. This is the system of power and authority which is used to maintain social order, political institution is a complex of social norms and rules that serve to maintain social order, to exercise power, to compel conformity to the existing system of authority, and to provide the means for changes in the legal or administrative system.
What is economic institution?
Specific agencies or foundations, both government and private, devoted to collecting or studying economic data or commissioned with the job of supplying a good or service that is important to the economy of a country. Examples are the Bureau of Internal Revenue, the Government Tax Collection Agency, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, the government producer of money, and the National Bureau of Economic Research, a private research agency, are all examples of economic institutions. Well-established arrangements and structures that are part of the culture or society. Examples are the competitive markets, the banking system, kids' allowances, customary tipping, and a system of property rights are examples of economic institutions.
The main functions of economic institutions are reciprocity, redistribution, and market transactions.
Reciprocity is defined as the system of exchange in which goods or services passed from one individual or group to another as a gift without the need for explicit contracting for specific payments. Redistribution is when members of an organized group contribute money into a common pool of fund. Example of this is the taxes that are collected from individuals dependent on their personal income, and then that money is distributed to other members of society through various government programs. And lastly, market transactions is when goods are sold for money, which in turn is used to purchase other goods, with the ultimate goal of acquiring more money and accumulating more goods.
What are some examples of government institutions? Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA. The Commission on Elections or the COMELEC. Department of Agrarian Reform or the DAR. The Department of Agriculture. Department of Budget and Management, the Department of Education or DepEd, the Department of Tourism, and many more. What is a non-state institution?
Non-state institutions, on the other hand, are groups and organizations which operate outside the support of any state or government. They are referred to be stateless since they are considered to be independent of any state. Also, they usually collaborate with the government in implementing projects. Non-state institutions assume different functions and focus on a specific objective. In general, they develop certain services needed by members of the society for their progress.
Examples of non-state institutions are banks, corporations, cooperatives, trade unions, transnational advocacy, development agencies, and international organizations.
Banks are financial institutions licensed to receive deposits and make loans. Banks may also provide financial services such as wealth management, currency exchange, and safe deposit boxes. There are several different kinds of banks, including retail banks, commercial or corporate banks, and investment banks. In most countries, banks are regulated by the national government or central bank. BDO, Union Bank, China Bank, and others are examples of banks in the Philippines. Corporation is a legal entity that is separate and distinct from its owners. Corporations enjoy most of the rights and responsibilities that individuals possess. They can enter contracts, loan and borrow money, sue and to be sued, hire employees, own assets, and pay taxes. Some refer to it as a legal person, just like San Miguel Corporation, ABS-CBN, and GMA Network are some examples of companies in the Philippines. Cooperatives are people-centered enterprises owned, controlled, and run by for their members to realize their common economic, social, and cultural needs and aspirations. Trade unions are organizations made up of members, a membership-based organization, and its membership must be made up mainly of workers. Transnational advocacy organizations are defined as self-organized advocacy groups undertaking voluntary actions across state borders in pursuit of what they deem the wider public interest. Development agencies' main duty is to discover regional potential and develop cooperation between the public sector, private sector, and civil society. An international organization is an organization established by the treaty or other instrument governed by international law and possessing its own international legal personality, such as United Nations and the World Health Organization.
And to process all the things that you've learned this episode, let's have your last activity by playing a game titled Sino sa Aming Dalawa? Here are the mechanics of the game. I will flash pictures on the screen and you will identify if these pictures are examples of state or non-state institutions. Are you ready, dear UCSP fanatics? Let's start the game!
Number 1. State institution or non-state institution? The correct answer is non-state institution. Number 2. State institution or non-state institution? The correct answer is state institution. Number 3. State institution or non-state institution? The correct answer is state institution. Number 4. State institution or non-state institution? The correct answer is non-state institution. And number 5. State institution or non-state institution? The correct answer is state institution.
Very good, dear UCSP fanatics. It seems that you really understood our topic this episode. Thank you, dear senior high school learners. Stay tuned with our next episodes for more UCSP lessons. I hope that you have learned something today. See you again the next episode, only here in Senior High Tech TV. Have a great day everyone! Masayang buhay! Once again, I am Teacher A, your partner in fighting for your dreams.